Hello. The cooler. Okay, you don't want to get. You want to go somewhere else? Then we'll drive over and take 575.
Hey.
Well, good morning.
Good morning to you.
You're on your phone?
Because no, I'm on the computer, so I just guess I had to, just have to close other windows. Hold on. All right, there we go. Mom's walking about.
With her walker?
No.
She outside?
No, she's in the house.
Hey, Mom.
Mom.
I'm coming.
There you go.
Good morning.
Why don't you get colorful today, Mom?
Do what?
So why don't you get colorful today?
I am.
Everything
With mine.
matches, to include her eyes. A little bit of green.
Yeah, compliments my
A
shirt.
little bit of blue, a little bit of that blue, that blush pink.
What'd you say?
Yeah, there you
I
go.
know.
You guys have on the same color.
Look at my face.
I told you it was going away.
I told her by the time she leaves, it's probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I told her yesterday.
That's what she said. And she said, I don't know. And I said, I think he's right.
Of course I'm right.
Always.
Are we the only ones in the family now?
You know, I just sent a note to Rick. I didn't see a response. Did you see one, Betsy?
No, I didn't. I saw your one to him, but I
Yeah.
didn't see a response.
I hadn't heard from either one of them. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all right. We'll talk.
We'll connect.
Yeah.
We will. How was your week, Betsy?
It's been all right. Been all right.
Well, how was Betsy's week?
Oh, busy. A lot busier than I anticipated. So I thought I'd have a free day yesterday, but then the client has asked me to facilitate some meetings, and I had her take notes, and I thought she had it covered, but she got paranoid, I guess, before she sent the notes back to the client, and I went through them, and I'm like, oh yeah, she doesn't really get it. So I had to fix them.
So now, have you used this transcribe this feature?
No.
So far, it looks pretty cool. I don't know if you can save it. I hope so.
I know that all the client meetings we have are recorded.
Yeah.
So Janice is very smart. I'm sure that she used the transcription feature. The dilemma is that she doesn't know the topic area enough. So whatever I said was probably not, she didn't understand what I was trying to explain. And sometimes when you take notes, as you know, you don't want to take a verbatim conversation. You want to take it and just put it in a synopsis. Here was the dilemma, here's the brief discussion, and here was the outcome. So she had all this information in there, which I'm like, we don't want to hear all that. So I narrowed it down to point we discussed, point of discussion, here's the outcome.
Well, I understand the way she wants to do it. She didn't want to miss anything for you.
Yeah, but that's not how we do minutes.
I wasn't, you know, when I asked about this transcription thing, I wasn't associating it with that.
Oh, gotcha.
But it would be beneficial to her if she's recording to be able to go back. Hi, Brenda.
Hey,
Hi,
good morning.
Brenda.
It's made a huge difference in my Lions Club because I'm secretary.
Yeah.
And I used to do just like she did. I would just typed everything down verbatim and then go back and look at what needed to be pulled out.
Yeah.
And now I can just go back to where I need to go.
Yeah. Well, I haven't asked her if she's doing that. Honestly, I'm trying to remove myself from doing those things. I've entrusted her to do it.
Well, I didn't, you know, I wasn't suggesting either way.
What do you want to do, man? I'm like, just leave me out of the picture. The only time I have to come in is when the client specifically says they want me to do it for them.
Good morning, Brenda.
My curiosity was, did you use this and what you thought of it? That's all.
I was jealous that I have you on the phone.
Oh, I saw a TikTok video yesterday where the guy was reading on his phone, right? And his dog came up. He was laying on the bed, laying flat on the back. The dog came up from above his head and just starts poking his shoulder to start with. And he wasn't getting any attention from him. So he gets closer on his chest and pokes him again and doesn't get any attention. So he takes his paw, reaches on top of the phone and pulls it down so he can't see it.
Oh,
Snaffles is very smart because Snaffles will take and either get between me and the phone or just take his paw and move it if I don't pay attention. I mean, and so they're jealous. They're going, who are you talking to?
What's more important than me?
Right?
In this video, the guy probably like Snuffles does many times too, but the guy put it back up and the dog took his paw and gingerly pulled it back down again.
Yeah.
That is too cute.
They
Yeah.
know what is taking away from their time.
Right, right.
It was
How,
pretty.
Brenda,
What?
how are you doing? You're still driving and,
Yeah, I've been pretty exhausted. I mean, because it's about 5 hours a day.
oh my God.
Well,
That's,
depends on the day. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's probably 4. But on Thursday and Friday, it's a lot more. And it depends on if there's accidents or whatever. But I mean, it's Thursday and Friday are the worst.
What a mom. You going for mom of the year?
No.
you already got Mom of the Year.
Huh? Say what,
I
Betsy?
think she's probably already gotten Mom of the Year. And
Yeah,
he doesn't
sure.
get his license back till the 27th, right?
What?
He gets his license back on the 27th?
Actually, he just got it back.
Oh,
You don't have to go this week.
But it was a huge process. I've he had to hold his cool a little bit, but I mean, because he would get different instructions from different people from DMV,
Right.
and he had to take the driving test and the written test, and I mean, it would, and pay a fee for every little thing he did.
oh my.
I just went, oh my goodness. But
So,
he has his license.
so I know this is none of my business, but do you think he's going to be okay driving that distance himself every day before work and after work?
Well, he's a grown man
I know.
in his 30s, so
Yes.
I told him, and I told him several times, I said, I just want you to know that I'm available. If you just don't feel well or you have high stress, because high stress is a huge thing for him.
Right.
And he's getting ready to open a new building, so that's high stress. And I said, you want me to take you and pick you up? And I said, I'm available. I said, you can call on me, and Amy's concerned too, but we can't micromanage Justin.
Right.
It's his life decision. So
Right.
he does understand. I mean, he said, he realizes, I mean, he's just so thankful for his license. And he said, you just don't realize until you don't have it,
Right.
how much freedom you have with your license. And, he was, he didn't get frustrated a lot with me. I mean, it was, because it's hard. I mean, he wants his independence. So, he knows that he has to be very careful. So, because they could definitely take it again if he were to have another accident.
Right. Maybe.
Can I point out that I would talk to some people that you really value their financial acumen, because this thing with the real estate market, you're trading one from the other. It's not going to make any difference whether they stay a year or 2 years. They could move, in my opinion, they could move now, and it would be the same thing as moving 2 years from now. You're just trading dollars.
Yeah. Well, I'm
that
not.
Particular point.
But the thing is that this is probably not Justin's last move. I mean, he will continue to, and he told me of jobs that are opening up in Loveland and Fort Collins and places like that, and he will apply for those jobs. So I think at this point they have decided to stay where they are, because Grayson started school, and the stress of moving is a huge thing. It was when they moved before. I don't know. If they move, I'll move so that I can help them. But
well, my thought process was that just you were looking at the real estate market's really high. It doesn't matter, because you're going high from one end to high in another one. So you're trading at the same time.
Right. Right.
And I would, I deal with people all the time that do what Justin's doing as far as travel and stuff. There is just there's a value in being home, or those 2 hours every day that being with the kids, that's just invaluable. I mean, you can't get that back.
that's the biggest thing for them, trying to evaluate timing. I mean, Justin openly admitted to me he could work 60 hours if he didn't have children. I mean, and he did used to before he and Amy had kids. He would work a long time, and and he can't do that now. I don't know. I mean,
doesn't mean he's any less effective. It means that he has to prioritize his time better.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, and he's like, even when I go to pick him up, I would text him, I'm here. And I know it's hard to walk out of business. It's just hard, and I would get there 15 minutes ahead of time and just say I'm here so that he would prepare. But, some days, he was really late coming out, a lot later. And, and I would be very careful of how I text him. I say, are you okay? Because no one else is in a building with him, because he's in a trailer right now because the new building's not finished. But he openly talked about that he's working on how to manage his time and to do what's good for he and Amy. And I told him, I said, make sure you nurture her because she's on call. And now I told him, I said, so I'll help Amy now if she needs it, because I'm closer to Amy. And so she has me helping her this week with picking up Grayson. So
good. There's no big void this week.
Actually, I think it's good because Justin told me it's hard for him to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, that's something you have to learn how to do.
Yep.
And I realized that both of them, it's very hard for them to ask. And so I've taken a step back from saying, constantly volunteering to help, because they just need to learn how to ask.
So one of the things that you can keep in the back of your mind should it come up is that it might even be cost effective while he's standing up that new building for him to just get a room someplace and stay overnight a few nights to have to focus and not have to drive back and forth.
I know, but the pressure with Amy and the kids weighs heavily on him, and we don't know their dynamics,
right,
in their marriage and what works. But she wants, if she's on task when he walks in the door, she wants him now to be the one. Right. So they have to work that out. They have to figure out what works for them, because it's
I was just thinking, because you said you were available to Amy, maybe that would be a good time to be available to her while he's doing
but like I said, it's hard for them to ask.
Right.
I told Justin, I said, I will help Amy and I will take, Grayson to whatever activity or whatever. And he said, she's not going to ask you. And I said, I know, she's a mom and she wants to do it and be available to do all these things. But somewhere down the line, she'll realize she can't do it all.
Yeah.
Betsy.
Yes, sir.
Not to go back to our original subject before Brenda got here.
Oh, it's so great to have Brenda.
So rudely interrupted. No, I'm teasing Brenda. But the transcription thing I was telling you about, I'm sitting here watching it, right?
Yeah.
So I did not know when I asked you that question, it attributes whatever's said to the individual person.
Right.
So that is way cool.
And that's why when I was reading through what my staff member sent me, she had everybody's names associated to it. And I'm like, well, what in the world? How did she know all these people? Because it was a brand new meeting to both of us. And there was like 50 people in there. So that's why she got all the names. But I thought
she already did it. Okay.
Yeah, I believe, now that you're telling me that, I believe that she did, but it was way too much information. It was like a dialogue, just ongoing stream of consciousness, how people chat back and forth.
Well, now she didn't write it. She just took it from this.
It sounds like it, yeah, which is not good because she needs to synopsize it.
But this is way cool. I didn't, I
Yeah.
just assumed it would be like, it would just have all of it there and you wouldn't know who was talking. But it's showing exactly who's saying what all the time
Names
in real time.
attached.
Pardon?
All of us have our names attached to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hadn't thought about it. It was pretty cool.
Okay, I'm going to rudely interrupt. Mom,
Yeah,
your mask has changed a little bit.
yeah.
It's the
Does
butterfly
does
mask this morning.
It's
it
more
hurt?
transparent.
No, does it hurt?
No, my elbow hurts, but
Her elbow is still seriously wounded. It still has a big gash in it.
Did you break it?
No,
no,
Oh,
it
no.
just cut it all the way across.
like a big old wide gash like that all the way across. And they couldn't stitch it because that's what we went to the hospital for, the emergency room, assuming that it had to be stitched. If we'd have known it wasn't going to have to be stitched, we probably didn't have to go. However, having said that, I'm glad we did because they took x-rays of her foot, they took x-rays of her head, they took x-rays of her arm. They made sure that nothing was broken.
I'm glad nothing's broken.
Yeah,
But you do have a colorful mask on.
I know. I'm hoping it'll be gone Friday when I go home.
When she goes to Virginia, she is
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
Mommy, it's an amazing difference from yesterday to today.
Really?
Yes.
Good.
So no falling in Virginia, okay?
Yeah,
Are you taking that high-tech walker?
yeah. My
They have a walker for her there waiting.
they have got
Oh,
me a
good.
walker,
Not that she uses one here,
a
but
cane, and they got me everything.
Who are you staying with, Pam?
I'm staying with Pam a couple nights, and then I'll go to Louise and stay there the rest of the visit.
Louise
And I
is,
get to go on a bus trip on Thursday.
Oh, nice. Where are you going?
Well, it's not a good bus trip, but
Well,
I'm
it's
going.
local.
It's a day. It's I'll go to Miss Debbie's
the little Debbie's pack.
cheese. Yeah,
Oh,
cheese fat
Yeah.
places like that.
It's just local around
oh,
there.
that's nice.
It's
So
not
Are you going to be there a week or longer?
weeks.
14
2
to
weeks. Well, good. That's awesome.
I'm really excited.
Is it a Little Debbie manufacturing facility or
Yeah,
distribution? It's manufacturing.
she doesn't know.
I don't know.
She doesn't know what it is. I would imagine it's some sort of factory or place that allows people to go through and tour because that's the kind of thing Bobby selects.
No, they go to buy. They go in the store part and buy.
They go buy Little Debbie's.
Mhm.
Well, we have those stores here, the thrift stores for
Yeah.
baked
Yeah.
bread.
And I'm excited about going to the cheese factory because my tomato knife I bought from there, Claude put it in dishwasher and you wasn't supposed to. So it's rough. I'm gonna go get me another one.
Well, good.
Good thing I don't live there. I'd put all of those wooden handled things in the dishwasher. I always do.
They just say you shouldn't. And the only thing that hurts is what you're holding. And it used to be smooth and it's black now and rough.
Oh, yeah. Get you a new one.
Yeah.
Are you going out to breakfast?
We did.
Oh, you went out to breakfast.
Went out for breakfast and the Hallmark store is next door. So of course they put out this little table with 50% off and we had to stop. I got up. We hadn't even paid for a breakfast yet because it's outside right next to the door, Hallmark door. And I got up and I went over to see what was on the 50% table. And I asked the woman, can you hold that until I finish breakfast? And I'm getting up to go look at these things and Mom's getting up to go with me. And I'm like, no, we haven't paid yet. We can't leave the table. She's like, I don't like people telling me what to do.
I don't either.
I
when I worked,
have a hard time with it.
Have a hard time with what?
Somebody tell me what to do and what not to do. And
She hates me to tell her.
You mean your daughter? Or
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what she means.
well,
Mom, you're almost at the point where you need hearing aids.
You know,
She didn't like that. Did you see that face?
Yeah.
You took it the wrong way, Mom. If you're hard of hearing, you can choose what you hear.
Selective hearing. That's what she used to say about Claude. I think he hears me. He just elects not
Right.
to.
yeah.
Well, my
Yeah.
dogs do that too.
You know, like we had a guy in my Lions Club in Woodbine that he was a Vietnam War vet, and he'd had a bomb go off and shatter his eardrum on one side. And of course, you know, at the time that I was a member of the club, he was in his 80s or right at about 80. And so the hearing had not gotten better in the 60 years. It had gotten worse. And so you get come to understand that Ron, you may have a discussion about something, and 3 or 4 minutes later, Ron chirps in and wants more information because he never heard what was discussed before. Well, the new Lions Club I'm in for the last 3 years have another guy just like that. Well, he was, but he's getting older, and he can't. He gets worse every week, and it's frustrating for us. And he thinks it's us, you know.
Well, at breakfast, there's a bunch of men. They put 2 tables together, and they talk so loud that we can't talk back. I can't hear Betsy. Betsy can hear me, but I can't hear her.
Because the men are talking so loud, and they're right in that little back corner, Tom, the restaurant outside, and everything echoes, so they're like practically yelling at each other. And this morning I could tell you that one was talking about his helicopter experience and his training and some young female lieutenant. I mean, I didn't even need to hear all that.
Well, there was a clue right there. If he was helicopter, he's got bad hearing,
Yeah.
Right.
But interestingly enough, we went to the airport restaurant yesterday here. We have a little airport right across the highway. So we tried the restaurant, and we were sitting next to these 2 guys. And for the entire time that we were there, they were talking, but it was mainly the one guy that was talking. And Thea and I, when we finally left, or Thea said it first, but I was sitting there thinking the entire time, this is a one-sided conversation, This guy needs to learn to listen. And we got to the car, and Thea's, can you believe how much that guy was talking? She started to tell me things I didn't hear when I went to pay the bill.
Well, the hearing is somebody's talking loud and everything. I can't hear, but I hear different tones. I can hear other things. I guess it's another pitch, pinch, whatever it is.
Pitch, that's right.
Yeah. When I had a severe sinus and ear infection in Virginia when we lived there, I lost a certain tone in my left ear, and that happens. I mean, it was a pretty bad infection, and when they did the hearing test, I'd lost some. But
I put my phone in my hip pocket, and many times it'll ring. I don't hear it, and Thea say, "Your phone is ringing. You can't hear that." And of course, I pull it out, I can hear it, but
it's a certain pitch. Yeah,
You should change the tone, Tom, to a pitch that you can hear.
Well, I hear it fine if it's out. It fascinates me that it's just that little off kilter behind the ear that you can't hear.
Well, I can't hear my cell phone at all when I'm out.
She can't. In fact, I've stopped asking her to answer the phone. I'll know that you're calling, Tom, and I'll just okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear her, see if she hears it, and she doesn't. And I'm like, he'll leave a message.
I tried to call you back last night, Mom.
Yeah.
Let me see your phone. He said he tried to call you back last night.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
And also, it might be the speakers at the end, the bottom.
And if you put it,
putting it in speaker down, and that's why you don't hear it instead of speaker up.
But there are 2 speakers on those phones. There's one at the bottom and one at the top.
That's right. You have a different phone.
But I do think there's something to that. The ringer is only on one of them. Good point. Good point. It's National Hummingbird Day, Mom.
Is it? Wow.
I won't never get no hummingbirds, I don't think.
They're saying
because I've put stuff out and changed it and everything for 1 year, and I haven't, or over a year, and I haven't gotten one.
I think
Maybe
we
they
have
don't-
the flowers.
Maybe they don't come that far south.
Yeah. Well, they say they're not plentiful here, but people do have them.
Because do I understand it correctly? They're actually going to Mexico, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They fly to Mexico.
So you're a little out of the way.
You think? That's right.
And what?
You're a little bit out of the way if they're going
Yeah.
to Mexico. This is
Right.
not unless
Well,
they're
You
going
need to come
I
that far
was-
south.
I wish I was out of the way with the squirrels and rats and I had to take my bird feeder down.
Rats?
Rats.
she did. She got a picture of a big old rat sitting up on the
Oh,
I know. She had squirrels, and actually the squirrels and the rats were fighting it out, I think, and some squirrels were fighting it out. So she gave me a really good drama about some squirrels fighting and knocking each other off the bird feeder.
That'd make great video. I wish she'd got that.
I know, right? That would have been great.
That was hilarious. I still hear that one squirrel chased them mothers off every time. And that reminded me of when we went to Silver Springs, Betsy and Rick. This little squirrel took to Rick. He's feeding him. And so the others would try to get to Rick, and this squirrel would chase them off.
And climb back in Rick's lap. We still have a picture of Rick feeding this squirrel in his lap. Yeah, it was pretty cute. But the thing here is the squirrels. We had a dome around the pole. Squirrels climb up the pole, which is just a metal pole. I don't know how they do it, but we put a thing around it that the hardware store said to put around it. And I want you to know that yes, it kept them for a minute getting up there, but then somehow they knocked it off. They managed to knock that thing off and push.
Oh, really?
Which was really tightly gripping the pole. So I just took the pole down. Said, okay, well, we're going to think about this for a while longer. This is getting costly.
So my neighbor also has a bird feeder, but she bought a cage to enclose. I mean, so it's similar to what you said, but not on the pole. It's a cage around the feeder itself.
Oh, well, how do the birds?
And so the birds can get through it. The squirrels cannot. I mean, so it's small enough for the birds to get, but it's the squirrels cannot.
So
Anyway,
probably a blue
so
jay and a crow can't get through it.
Ace Hardware or some hardware, she
don't-
also went and asked about it, and that's what they told her. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah,
So
that'd be
it's for small birds because the larger birds can't get through that.
like the blue jays.
Larger
And
birds can get through it. A squirrel can get through it too.
my mom
Maybe,
only wants
yeah.
the small birds. She only wants the cardinal, wrens, and the tharbirds. You know, all the musical birds.
They're so entertaining, and I miss it.
That sounds like an interesting solution. I hadn't
Okay.
heard.
I think we should try that.
I've been to Walmart here and Ace Hardware, and Walmart told me they didn't carry stuff like that.
I've
But
seen the
yet
little
they
cage
sell it.
online that you can buy it. So let me just send you a picture of it, and I'll.
Okay, I appreciate it. The light go out.
I just did it. I'm
Oh.
just checking the Wise to see if it works. We have to sync it with Google though.
Okay, Google, turn off the living room.
Yeah, I don't think it's synced yet, Tom. I
It
have to
said it
resync.
can't
I have to-
reach.
Yeah, I have to sync.
I couldn't turn off the living room TV.
He's gonna turn off his living room light. She loves the whole thing of asking it to turn on and off, but I just haven't had a chance to get down here to go to Google and resync.
I'd be fascinated as to why it stopped.
Yeah, me too.
I've had problems when
No.
I put too many in and had two
No.
different names and didn't clean it up, but I've never had it just stop.
Right. It could be, ours stopped because of a power outage. So who knows?
Hey, Tom,
Yeah.
cameras on the porch. Well, last night I was checking it and wanting to check it, and it told me I couldn't unless I give them my password.
It's right here. You might have clicked the wrong thing.
But anyway, every once in a while, this thing comes up and says, we want your password. They won't let me on it.
Yeah, it's
Well, I hope you recorded well, you must have the password because Betsy can change the other things. So maybe
working now. I just went in to check it.
well, when you ask, are you asking from the kitchen? Is that what's going on? Or are you asking from your phone?
From my phone.
Oh.
From my phone. And it just.
And it's working now. I'm sorry it's giving you a problem.
Yeah, well, this week I told Betsy when we get them going, I wanted to put a light by my bed that I could ask them turned on, because the way the night table is, it's above my bed.
Oh.
It's hard to get to it.
To turn it off at nights when she was ready to go to sleep.
So you used up all your bulbs?
I think I have one
Well,
out.
you can get a clapper.
Yeah, that's right.
I'd rather talk to Google.
As much as she and Google have this interesting relationship where Google sometimes doesn't really want to listen, she likes talking to him.
It's like I told you.
I know. Why aren't you doing what I ask you?
We get into that here sometimes. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And in our case, it's because we'd added different things and sometimes changed the names of some of the bulbs and switches and stuff, and not gone back and cleaned it all up. And so for what it's worth, Betsy, if it gets to be strange sometime, it might be that.
Yeah, right. Well, when she gets back, hopefully I'll have some time then. Because by the time she gets back, I'll have gone on vacation for a week to the beach and gone to DC, and then we'll all be back.
When do you get back?
I get back on the 23rd, and she gets back on the 24th. So I can pick her up.
That's nice.
And Mom,
Yeah.
did you walk? Your elementary school is nearby Halifax Court?
Say that again, honey.
Did you walk to your elementary school?
Oh, yes. There was no such things as buses.
No such thing as a bus.
Yeah.
What was the school like? Was it like Oakland or more like Round Hill, or do you remember? I'm sure you do. But.
Yeah, I can remember my school. It was just the old building with rooms all on one floor.
It reminds me of Round Hill, or is it Monterey? Monterey. It reminded me of Monterey, the way it was laid out.
Right.
When I saw it, except it's older. It was still there when we went back on her 70th trip, her 70th birthday trip we took to Raleigh. It was still there. I was like, wow.
And it's still being used?
Yeah.
Looked like it was.
Had the sign out there anyway.
And she told me about that very steep hill she used to ride her bicycle down without her hands on the bicycle handles. And I looked at it and she looked at it and she said, well, you know, it always looks steeper, I guess, when you're younger. It was just barely a decline.
Maybe they filled it in.
Maybe they filled it in, probably not, but.
Then, Mom, who was your favorite teacher there? Did you have one?
I don't remember. I remember two of my teachers, but I don't remember. Miss Barefoot, I know it wasn't her because she took her long nails and took hold of my cheek and shook it.
Whoa.
Barefoot.
Can't do that now.
Yeah. I asked to be excused, and Mama had sent a letter that my kidneys or whatever was bad, and when I had to go to the bathroom, I had to go. But I wasn't supposed to ask during a test, she said, and I had to go. So she got a hold, it was this cheek right here, and she got a hold of it, and she shook it, them long nails, and you should have seen it. It was a mess.
Hmm.
So grandma could see it when you got home.
Yeah, Mama could see it. Yeah.
Did it upset her?
Yeah, she went to school.
I would have.
Yeah, she went to school. And Miss Skunk, she was the principal.
Smelly, huh?
So
Your teachers' names were certainly more interesting than what I remember ours being.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Right.
Barefoot and skunk.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I remember of the teachers.
What about when you got to middle school? You were only there a year or so, I know, but
Yeah, I wasn't there a year. And it wasn't a middle school, it was a high school where they had that class.
Hmm.
And Roy pulled me out. So,
So 7th grade is high school.
for me, it was
Okay.
last year,
Okay.
7th grade.
Yeah.
what's that, Beth?
I said the 7th grade was high school for her. She went to high school in the 7th grade.
Right. So there were just two schools around
Middle
there.
school.
I like your top, Brenda.
Oh, it's pretty.
Not sure she heard you.
Not either. Hey, Brenda. She don't hear me. What, are they froze?
No, she's still there.
It's frozen now.
Yeah, now she's froze.
Frozen. Hey, that makes a song.
Like that commercial where the woman's like looking at her sister's baby and scowling at the baby, and she thinks she's staring at her baby.
Brenda, can you hear us? We can hear you occasionally if you can hear us.
Yeah, might be out of. Oh, there she went away.
Oh, she's a different camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here, jeans. Either that or somebody else's video is coming across on mine.
Right, right.
Yeah.
No, it's her. It's her. Maybe she's going to another room to get reception.
Yeah.
Hey, yes.
I lost you.
Oh, yeah, we lost you too. We could see you moving about, but we lost your sound and then we lost your video.
I like your blouse.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty.
I like yours too.
Thank you.
She's got a little matching capris with it too in that orange color. It looks very nice. Matches
Tom.
matches Tom's shirt. What do you guys do this week?
We are headed to the North Georgia mountains after we get off this call.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's 82 degrees is the high here today. It was in the 50s last night.
Wow.
Thea is a lucky woman.
I'd say I'm the lucky guy.
Been on this conversation.
I didn't know she was there, but that was good timing.
Hi, Thea.
Oh, hi, Thea.
See, I said on purpose because I knew you'd come in.
Well, okay, honestly, I just got done brushing my teeth.
Oh,
I really need a stylist. I don't understand.
looks cool. You
Why
know what I
would
did this morning? Just put a boost in her hair.
Computer. It's the old computer.
Oh, I like your hair, Brenda.
I know, it's great.
That looks good. It's really cute.
Thank you.
Where's Shirley? I come and she leaves.
She went back
And
there.
Her phone rang, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Oh.
Sure, it goes to voicemail.
You know, people
Talking to people who would be upset. Say again, Thea.
I said she's not computer savvy like you are. She can't think of all the telephone, computer, whatever. Because I'm that way too. I'm not real good.
I think Betsy meant that she was in one conversation and she left for another.
That's the ADD, whatever.
Here she comes.
Well, that was the doctor's office.
Was it?
Oh.
Yeah.
A Saturday?
Yeah, to confirm my I think she said ultrasound. And she said, can't
Right.
have anything to eat or drink,
What day?
even water. Oh,
Wednesday.
at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So I guess that,
No coffee
he
first
showed
thing, huh?
blockage. That's what he's after.
And her arteries.
Your Wednesday appointment, right?
For what?
Your Wednesday appointment you're talking about.
Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Thea.
Hi, Shirley.
Thanks for the H&C thing.
You got it.
Oh,
Good.
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 We sent Mom a picture yesterday, or
I
Thea
took
sent
a picture of it and sent it to your phone, Shirley. I addressed it to you and Tom.
You what?
Well, I sent you a picture of it yesterday.
Oh,
to acknowledge that we got it. And she said thank you.
A thank you picture.
Okay.
oh, okay. Betsy's fine. Do you like it, Tom?
I do.
Good. I know you don't drink coffee, but that's,
Well, we have a coffee maker. We put it on the coffee maker.
yeah. So
Did yours blink?
Did you send it to?
Oh,
She sent it to her phone number.
to a text.
And to the mobile, right?
Yeah.
Tell me I've been audio. Every time I send a text, it goes somewhere else.
Maybe you sent it to the house phone number.
Let me get my phone so we can figure this out. Make
Yeah.
sure. Right.
Because I didn't see it in the text.
Brenda, you don't drink coffee either, do you?
Oh, no.
You are so smart. That's why y'all have such good skin, because I understand that coffee and tea is it dehydrates your body, and we need to stay hydrated. So I'm having to drink electrolytes to make up for the coffee that I drink.
See, I sent it. Wait a minute, that's a different one.
Justin drinks coffee, and we would stop at Starbucks on our way in to his office, and he would always ask me, "What would you like?" And I'm going, "Nothing."
Especially at Starbucks, but Betsy ordered me one at Starbucks and tell them put half coffee and half water.
So what phone number did it go to?
She needs to go to that
That's
number.
an expensive cup of coffee then from Starbucks.
Yes, it is.
What she said.
Wow.
She says an expensive cup of coffee when we're taking half of the value of the coffee away.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, we'll have to check that out later.
He bought me one tea the other day, and it had some type of medicine balm in it or whatever. It was interesting. And
By the coffee.
there's the picture.
It's blurry.
It's blurry, but I can see the outline of the coffee pot.
I just want to make sure I'm sending it to the right place.
Oh, I don't know the number. You'll have to read it to me.
Well, I'll check it later. I can see the numbers.
Now we sent another one I sent her another one this morning.
The 6116 number,
That's
54.
the National Hummingbird Day.
It's 540.
You got the number. Did she get the one on the hummingbird?
I sent another one this morning about Hummingbird Day, National Hummingbird Day.
Do you have hummingbirds?
We haven't got.
I have lots of them.
Send them my way.
I'll send. Well, they're probably going to head your way. Well, maybe not. Maybe they'll just continue going east, but not southeast, but to the east.
Your hair looks good.
Oh, thanks.
We have not got any text.
That's crazy.
Okay, she's not getting any of them. So we'll fix it later.
Yeah.
They're probably sending them to a home phone, although it clearly says home phone and iPhone number, and they're listed correctly.
You got mine. I mean, because I sent it to your mother and to you.
Yes.
On one message thing.
We'll figure it out.
So, yeah, there's nothing.
Do you have any of the other messages I've sent to her?
No.
I think she probably doesn't.
I don't see, and I'm not sure where else I would look.
Maybe, is there a, well,
We have groups, and I'm looking in the two groups because all of you kind of, but that would have gone to everybody. So you sent an independent one. No, we have not gotten one.
When you send one, make sure it says the 6116 number.
what about this? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you send it?
Hey, Mom, I know Brenda and Betsy have probably heard this many times, but I don't recall hearing this story. Where did you and Dad get married?
And we're all at the preacher's house.
At a preacher's house.
And it was pouring down rain.
That's good luck.
The preacher of your church, you went to his church?
Yeah.
I think we've
Oh,
got
wow.
a problem.
Was your grandma there?
No.
She wasn't,
Mm-mm.
because she was looking forward to getting married to him.
I don't. Oh, Grandma?
Yeah.
No, Grandma wouldn't go out. She wouldn't, you know.
That's
We just
pretty
got
wild.
married at the preacher's house.
And did you
There's
go see her
nobody-
afterwards, or?
I don't know.
Oh, she was so excited that you were getting married.
Yeah, well, we went where Krispy Kreme was in Raleigh.
Okay.
I forget the name of it. And we had tried to get a
Rejected.
hotel. All of them was booked. And so we stayed
Try to get what? I'm sorry?
a room at the hotel,
Okay.
and all of them was booked. So we stopped at this antique place that had rent rooms on the corner of that street. And we stayed there. And when I sat down, the whole bed fell.
Oh,
Jeez.
And
You weren't heavy.
and they think to put up because they asked, we just got married, and the nails were pulled out. So when I sit down, so I started crying, and I was going home, and I don't know where home was. But in the bathroom was at the end of the hall, and I think it was 4 rooms that one bathroom people went to.
Wow.
So
That's the way it was in those days.
So-
When you were in a rooming house, you paid premium for a room with a bathroom, and usually the rooms were rented and you shared the bathroom with whatever other room guests there were in the rooming house.
Right.
and then when we got our room, it was off the back porch, and the guy next to us, room next to us, we had to share the refrigerator with him out on the back porch. And then to go to the bathroom, you went in the house to the bathroom, and there was a whole family plus that guy and us that shared the bath.
And you guys are aware, I know you probably are, but during the war, a lot of people rented out their rooms in their houses to actually make some income, because it was at the tail end of the Depression and people were still trying to recoup, plus the war was going on.
It didn't end then. I mean, it's still
I know,
done today.
but it was the tail end of the Depression, 29 Depression, when the water, oh, there's an attachment coming. Look, there it is, we got
Yeah,
it.
Good.
We got it.
Like Brenda, I'll tell you about this. Claude had bought some signs, H&C and Dr. Pepper, and I don't know what happened to my Dr. Pepper one, but I had an extra one, and I told Betsy, Tom's always sending me all this stuff and doing these things. Man, I'm going to send this one to him. I only had one extra.
And I looked at her and I said, he doesn't drink coffee. I've got one because she got me one for my birthday years and years and years ago. And we keep it at the coffee pot. So whenever we've got coffee made, we turn it on. So it do-do-do, do-do-do, the little pouring of coffee.
Theo's asking, is it supposed to blink all the time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can actually, if you change the setting, it'll blink different ways, meaning it'll blink in different parts of the signage, meaning that it might be a faster flow or a slower drip. So every time you change it, I think it should have a different.
I didn't see a place for settings. I'll go back and look. Okay.
Yeah, I just know that that's what it does. It actually changes when you.
Well, now see, I
can't remember what
know how
level
to
it is.
change mine because it's been so long I forgot. but I thought there was 2 settings, so I'm glad to know there is.
Stop crying.
Do what?
She's talking to her dog, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Sniffles was whining, and
Aw.
I told him to stop.
So Brenda, what are you up to this weekend?
I don't know.
Your
It's a
day
free
off.
weekend. It's days off. I mean,
Right.
it's been, I mean, Saturday and Sunday have been really relaxing and sleeping, or, but yeah, I don't know yet. Maybe grocery shopping, which I don't like to do.
Hmm.
Well, I'm sure Colorado is much like Georgia is at this time of year. You have a lot of fall festivals, right?
Yeah. I think I'll go buy some peaches.
There you go. Oh my
So
God.
Because Justin and Amy are coming over because I'm gonna watch the kids Monday afternoon, and they're gonna come for dinner, and I think I'll make him peach cobbler.
Good.
Cool.
Can I get
Yeah,
a flight?
it's what?
I said, can I get a flight?
Of course.
Oh,
I didn't realize they grew peaches in Colorado.
Yeah, on the slopes. I mean, it's not where I am, but in the mountains.
Right. You can go somewhere and get them.
Yeah.
Good
Oh
deal.
my goodness, stop, guys.
we're gonna take a ride out today, and Mom still needs a bench in the bedroom because she keeps putting all her stuff on the walker that she's supposed to be using. So we're gonna see if we can start looking for a bench, and then we got a couple other errands to do for her.
So it's a portable butler.
Yes, it is a portable butler.
What's that?
It's
Your walker.
walker.
Oh,
You've repurposed it.
yeah, I sure have.
Well, when I'm sitting in the chair in my bedroom. Oh, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sitting in the chair, and so when I take my clothes off, I will lay my clothes on the chair.
Yeah.
So Minnie doesn't like it.
It's her chair.
She thinks that the chair should be empty, I guess, because no matter what, she will pull everything down off of the chair, and she waits until I go to sleep. So she does it when I mean, she is so smart. I mean, I fuss at her, and I'm sure she doesn't understand, but she is so funny. She doesn't want me to put anything in the chair.
It's her chair. She's claimed it.
Does she get up on the chair?
That's what she's saying. She actually pushes her stuff on the
Well,
floor.
she takes everything I lay on the chair and puts it on the floor.
Wrinkled. She doesn't fold it.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Wow. So you're going to have to get your own extra little thing to drape your clothes over to keep her chair clear. That's
Well, I don't have room for a chair, so I need a bench in front of my window to
Well,
lay.
that'll be good.
Yeah, if I can just find one.
There's
Your
a,
bedroom is big enough.
yeah, it is. It's there's an estate sale in Leesburg, so we thought we'd ride down there and look at it. There's 2 different benches available if they're still available.
Oh,
then,
that'd be good.
yeah, and they have storage in them, so she could actually open up the bench and toss all her stuff in it and close it. That way, even when she's in the bed, it wouldn't all be stacked up.
Yeah.
Well, you can always go for a clothes butler too.
What?
Clothes butler. But that's, I don't know if it hold pillows and blankets and.
No, it wouldn't do that. No, I
So
thought we were talking about her clothes.
Brenda
No,
needs-
I don't.
Can you call Betsy and make sure they're still available before you drive there?
Yeah, probably. I'll look it's really cool because all these estate sales now are posted online with all the pictures of everything. So I'll look.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would call them first and see if it's still available.
yeah, that's a good idea.
So are you and Lori in town this week?
We are because Friday next week, Mom leaves, and Sunday we leave, and we'll be in Tampa for a week at the beach. We rented a house with our neighbor Linda and her best friend Toots, And we're all going over to spend some time at the beach, which I am so looking forward to. I haven't
Is
been
the
to,
dog going to?
huh?
Is the dog going to?
Yeah, Tootsie will go too. So we're all going to be at the beach. Tootsie is the dog, and Toots is Linda's best friend. She named the dog Tootsie after her friend, but calls her Tootsie.
They invited me to go. This is before I
Right.
was going to
We
run
did. We have an
But I
extra
can't
room
be in
for
the
her.
sun because of my medicine. I can't walk in the sand. So
Yeah.
I didn't see no point in me going.
Yeah.
So
Well, it sounds like next weekend gonna be exciting for you guys, everybody there.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So is it, a week from today that Mom leaves?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
no.
actually Friday. So
6 days.
Friday. Oh, okay.
just shy of a day. She leaves Friday because Allegiant
You
only
leave
flies
Sunday.
7 days, and we leave Sunday. We'll drive over Sunday.
I leave the 10th and come back the 24th.
Right.
Nice.
Nice long visit.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'll be great.
By the time she gets home, she'll go, I am so wanted to be home.
Well, I had the option that if I'm not feeling well, I can come back
Right.
On Monday before that Friday.
Right. She'll just have to arrange for somebody to pick her
Yeah.
up.
So, but Bobby called me last night and he was so excited. He said, "Now have you on the bus again?"
That'll be great.
Yeah. And I said, "Well, I still have bruises." He said, "We don't care."
Exactly. Who cares? If they love you
Yeah.
the way you come.
They sure have been good to me. Been down here 3 years and I get cards, just bunches of cards all the time. And they call.
Oh,
So have you figured out how to attend church services from there?
I will go with Pam.
No. I mean from the village.
yeah, she can go online. I don't think they post them until after the fact, but she can go online and watch the service on Facebook.
If I knew how. If I could. But anyway, I'm real excited.
Well, that's
The
good.
Facebook live stream, don't they?
I think they do. I've not ever sat in there with her. I have it on her tab, so all she has to do is touch it. But
Good. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna beg off a little early this morning so that we can get to the mountains.
I hope you guys have
Enjoy your time.
yeah. And Brenda, have a good, relaxing weekend. Give extra kisses to the babies for us. Because
I
we
will.
don't see them. We so want to see them. We're just so excited every time little Grayson sends us a video and thanks us. He just got a new mask, so he was like giving us a
That's what they said.
so good about that, isn't she?
Yeah.
So, one Betsy, does she have? She doesn't have Microsoft Teams on her phone, I guess. On Mom's phone.
I don't know if I put it on there and
What do you say?
Teams. No, I don't think we have put Teams on here.
So we should do FaceTime next week or Duo, I guess.
Oh yeah, Duo, do Duo.
Do Duo.
Yes, and
Well, the thing about Duo and FaceTime is we can't record. Well, I guess FaceTime you can record if I had the right. My iPad's not new enough.
I'll make sure that she has Duo selected.
Well, she's answered when it rings before. So.
Yeah, she answers when you call her on Duo. So yeah.
We'll just do.
That'd be great.
All right. Well, we'll look forward. Then we'll have 5. If Rick's on, we'll have 5 pictures filling up the screen next week.
Oh, right. All right, guys.
You guys have a great week.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.